Welcome back, everyone, to Laura the Shadow, where I am back here in the camp of the Grey Host, where last time I managed to finish up and driving out the invaders from Pelargir. Well, I presume it was Aragorn and the dead who did most of the work, but in any case, I helped some. And now it's time for me to help the members of the Grey Company. Well, first of all, we have here Darvoon.
I want to know the hazards of the Unduine before we put upon the water.
Aragorn hopes to sail up the Anduin on the decks of the Corsair ships, but we are not watermen, and if we are to do this, we will need every advantage. To that end, I send Amlan into the city to look for maps of the river that might aid us in this endeavor. If you're willing, return to the city and help Amlan find any such maps that might prove you helpful. Pelargir is the great port city of Gondor, and there must have been much use of the river for trade and passage. Surely some maps can be found that show the hazards and bends of the Anduin. I believe that Amlan is going to begin his search in the Market Ward. Alright, so we'll head over to the Market Ward, but there are other members of the Great Company who's in here. Here is Lothrandir, who is, well, exhausted. Well, I guess after already went through an Isengard.
I'm still weak from my stay within Saruman's dungeons. Exhausted and frustrated.
I don't know what I am doing, Pinelore. I could do little more than stay atop the horrors Daggoras provided me on the ride from Rohan. I am still weak from the stay within Saruman's dungeons, and even lifting a sword leaves me fatigue. I'm exhausted and I'm frustrated. I volunteer to help load the ships with supplies, expecting to struggle through and beyond the unfair limitations of my strength. But Radonir took my place and sent me back here. My face is red with shame, but I must admit that he was right. I need to rest and recover my strength. Oh, curse that traitor wizard! Find Radonir and help him carry my share of the supplies on to the Corsair flagships. You will find him in the West Guard by one of the bridges that leads to the court of the ship kings. Okay. And over here, we have Calenglad.
There is much hardship ahead of us.
I like this land, Pinelore. It reminds me of the twilight wilds, far away in the north, where my heart remains. The wooded slopes encircling the lake Nenuyal must be slowly shaking off the grip of winter, and in a few weeks the leaves of their trees may begin to fight through the remaining chill. No winter lasts forever, and the coming of spring will banish even the coldest of memories. Will this war be any different? Calenglad stands silently for a short while, musing his question. Eventually he smiles and gives you a conspiratorial wink. Radonir told me that you agreed to treat him to a meal and drinks at a tavern of your choosing. Once this is all over, if you have no objection, I would like to join the two of you. I will look forward to that happy meeting. We're going to have the entire Great Company there by the time this is over. Oh, but there is still much hardship ahead of us. And with my musings, I forgot to tell you something. Halberd wanted me to send you to him. He has returned to Pelargir already. If you leave now, you should find him just inside the northwest entrance to the city. Okay, so talk to Halberd near the northwest entrance of Pelargir. Okay, and finally, we have here Langlas.
Did you fight in the battle?
I was stricken with a great fear as the shades of the dead joined the battle, and I confess to you that I felt a great urge to run from them, as the Corsairs did. And yet, before my heart betrayed me and I succumbed to the terror, I felt a hand upon my arm, and I was reassured. Do you know who that was? It was Celarent, the young ranger I took under my wing in Ered Luin. is not as young as he was, and this journey was put some steel in him. It was an honor to stand with Aragorn, and the presence of Celeborn was a comfort. I am proud to call him brother. When the corsairs fled, many of them cast their weapons to the ground. Mandan went ahead to gather up the fallen blades. Find him in the northwest entrance to Pelargir, and help him with this task, for there are many weapons to be recovered. I guess we want to recover the weapons before enemies do? Probably. Oh, let's be off. Here we are at the gates of Pelargir. At least they're open this time, and I don't need to join a force that is trying to protect the person opening them. Now, interesting, we have this road here. This, of course, matches the road. I think I might have commented on this before. The road that we had coming in from Dunland. And that started out at Tharbad, going through Swanfleet, through Enedwythe, through... Did it go through Dunland? That's what I have to check at some point, is whether or not this road goes through Dunland. And here we are. It ending in Pelargir, but sort of in a rather strange state, because what happened? Did the Corsairs wreck the road, or have they just been keeping it this way for years and let it disintegrate, such as the rest of the road? I don't know. Well, there is a statue of Thorongil. We saw that from atop during the battle. Well, what do you say about this, Halbarad?
The appearance of the dead men may weigh heavily upon some members of the company.
I would follow Aragorn anywhere, Pinelore, and standing here with the smell of the smoke in the air and the memory of battle still fresh in my mind, I feel as if I have done so. I didn't blanch when he led us through the dim-old road, nor when we emerged from the mountains with the shades of the dead men all around us. Still, I'm glad that they've departed. It is not natural for such men to linger in this world. An elf once told me that death is a gift for all men, but I didn't understand what he meant until today. I think now he was right. The appearance of the dead men may weigh heavily upon some others of our company. Golidir, in particular, seems distraught by the passage under the mountain. Find Coronir somewhere to the south of here, and see if he knows where Golidir can be found. The two of them are rarely apart. Alright, so I need to find Coronir and Pelargir, but we have... Actually, what I'll do is I will remove the wrapper quest. Let's see, what else have we got? We've got... Here we have Mandan.
The Corsairs cast aside their weapons when they fled.
Oh, Langlass sent you to check on me? That was quite unnecessary, Pinelore. Well, perhaps it was a little necessary. You see, I began to gather some of the weapons of the Corsairs cast aside when they fled, but it was slow work, and I decided my own skills might be better used elsewhere. You know of my talents for fashioning and applying salves, of course. There are many wounded folk who could use such treatments, and I will see to them immediately. Anyway, Galarian was gathering up the weapons already. You are welcome to go down to the docks and help him with the task if you like. Okay, so I need to collect fallen Corsair swords by the docks of Pelargir. Okay, so now it looks like the next place I need to go is this way. I'm just going to go to wherever the arrow is pointing, on the assumption that... See, this is actually for the loading of the ships track to talk to Radonir in the northwest. Gar? Okay. Whatever that is. Okay, here's the next person that we need here. And this is... Radonir, okay.
Looks like Tekoron owes me some coins.
Takron and I had a friendly wager concerning what would happen first. Lotharindir returning to try and carry these crates, or you showing up to carry them in instead. I never doubted you for a moment, and now you've won me some coins. I thank you for being so honorable and predictable. I'm predictable in taking the place of rangers and doing work. Well, okay. These need to go to the Corsair flagship, for that's the one that has the most room. Takron is waiting for these supplies on the flagship moored by the large southern docks of the Market Ward. We can't miss it. It's the big one. Well, I've been on the Night Jewel before. Or have they changed the name to it? Let's see. Now, I think the best thing to do is to now set the quest guide focus to make sure I go to the right place. Because even though it's the big one, while I'm sure the character will have no means of missing it, I'm sure the player does. So, anyway, that does seem to be a really big ship up on ahead. That's this is also where the swords are located. Takron reluctantly thanks you for the supplies, though it lost him a wager. Okay, well, I will do that. Talk to. Oh, I need to pick up the supply barrel by Radonir in the. Okay, so that means I have to go back there, but I might as well pick up these weapons on my way back. I can't do it on the way to it because I'm busy holding up a barrel. Or 5, 6, 7, and one more. Okay, bring the Corsair to Mandan at the north. Okay, so that. So Mandan is probably where I spoke to him earlier. So there should be absolutely no trouble then in following this arrow. Actually, there could be a slight little problem there, and that's because Radonir is going to ask me to pick up something again and to bring that over next. Whee! Right. See, okay, so yeah, here's the next item I need to carry. So, next barrel. And, of course, now, I know that our characters can do some ridiculous feats of strength and dexterity and all of that. I really just don't understand how a hobbit can lift a barrel like this. And I suspect that if our playing one of the larger races, the barrel will just be bigger, so it will still be in proportional. I mean, really, how do I get a good grip on this? Especially since it shows me, like, occasionally, like, losing half the grip in there or something like this. I mean, really, that barrel is just going to go thunk.
It pains me to see Lothrandir so weak, so tired.
Hold a moment, Pinelore. Did you know that Radnir and I had a bit of a friendly wager? It was just to amuse us during a bit of tedium, and I don't want you to take it too greatly to heart. You see, I wagered that Lothrandir will return to the city and finish his task of loading the ships instead of you, but I didn't mean to disparage your strength or ability. Oh, I'll know of your great deeds and the help that you have provided to us on the journey. No, I base my wager on how hardy Lothander always appears. He chose to live in distant Forhel, after all. Such inhospitable places breed stalwart men, and Lothander was strong to start. He's the toughest ranger that I've ever met, and well, perhaps that's the reason for my wager. I simply could not believe that Lothander's strength could be taken from him, but Saruman has turned him into a shell of his former self. Such treatment in the dungeons of the wizard would kill a lesser man, I have no doubt, but it pains me to see Lothander so weak, so tired. I think that I wagered against you with the hope that it would not be so. I'm sorry for taking up so much of your time, my friend. I wanted you to know. Okay, but I will talk to Lothander at the camp. So obviously I am done with that. So remove that from the quest guide focus. And now back to Cornir, I think, right? Actually, back is the wrong word, since we didn't speak to Cornir earlier. We were asked to talk to Cornir. I think I have to go up this stairway to get there. I'm about to find out. My city looks like it's just been through a battle. Or did I get to the wrong spot? Okay, here we are. Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember this place. Oh, yeah, I remember this place. I know memories of that epic battle plague me.
I am not in the mood to talk.
This has been a trying experience for all of us. I hope you don't mind. I'm sorry, friend. I'm fine. With what can I help you? Gullidir? Gullidir is the cause of my ill temperament, and I have no desire to speak with him any further. Do you remember the fell mood that seized him in Angmar before the great company was assembled? I thought that he had left it behind him. Indeed, it seemed that the journey was doing him some good, but returned again in Tormorva, only to be overcome by the gentle laughter of the Dunlending girl Wenda. But when the rising and falling of brimstone pools of Malenhad, his ill mood has returned after a short time at Loed, and now he shouts at his own dear friends. If you seek him out, know that I left him standing at the dock to the south, looking out at the water. I will not be held responsible if he treats you unkindly, for it seems that he does not know his friends. He's standing on a dock to the south. He's on a dock to the south. That means he is back downstairs, right? Here we're approaching the docks. I assumed, yeah, this is the stairway down. Well, let's see if we can. He will be. Ah, there he is. All the way down here, surveying the fleet. Let's see what his mood really is.
Yes, what do you want?
Not very good, that's what I gotta say. Are you here to chastise me for treating Cornir unkindly? He has been sharp thorn in these past few days, constantly asking questions about my well-being. He should have expected a rebuke. There's an angry fire in Gullidir's eyes, an unfamiliar smoldering range. I know why, Pinelore. Around matters of the dead, they treat me with delicate gloves. They look at me as if they see my daughter Lorniel. My grieving was strong, and will never truly pass. But this treatment fills me with such an anger that I will strike them all down, Cornir, Halbrand, and even my own chief Faragorn. I do not know from where this anger comes, Pinelore. It feels as if they hear voices of the past, unflagging and unrelenting, calling my name, taunting me. I'll master these voices. I've been troubled by these feelings ever since we began this journey, and I have managed to stifle them. It has become more difficult of late, perhaps because of the unnatural skies, the evil presence of the dead men. Don't worry about me, my friend. I'll apologize to Coronir, and my outburst will remain between us, I hope? All right. Very well. So, I've handled that matter. So, now, back to Amon. Here are the weapons you requested.
If I'd never see another crate, it will be far too soon for me.
I've been fruitlessly searching for maps ever since the battle ended, Paenor. I have searched all the crates in this area. The only place I have not yet searched is to the northeast, in the very tip of the market ward. I don't think any of these crates will have any river maps in them, but just to be safe, we will search them anyway. So I need to search the crates in the market ward for river maps. Okie dokie. And now I also need, see, Mondon at the, I guess eventually I'll find Mondon somewhere. Ah, these must be the crates in question. Well, let's see if we have anything here. Oh, we've got rats. How about in this crate? More rats. How about this crate? More rats. Wow. Infested. They must have had food in them or something. 'Cause you find some folded parchments in the crates. Maps of the Anduin's course. Well. Lucky find. Now, why there are maps of the Anduin's course here, I don't know, but alright. Maybe there are provisions for ships. I mean, wouldn't there be? I mean, this is a port city.
I can ascertain little from these maps, but Orthon will fare better.
Well, I see Pelargi here and Osgiliath up here, which means that these 4 black lines there here must be the Anduin. But what do these marks in the river's course mean? Can't ascertain anything useful from these. I think you should bring them to Orthon, for he's a master of lore and should be skilled with reading maps. I think you'll find him to the southeast, somewhere in the court of the Ship Kings. Okay, up this way then. Ah, yes, here he is.
What a fine gift! I did not think you knew of my interest in cartography.
Cartography is a vanishing talent these days, I'm afraid, but I've done my best to craft maps of the lands through which we have traveled. This will be a great help in improving the accuracy of my own efforts in the field. Not that they are in great need of such improvement, but I believe there is always room for honing one's skills. Oh? This gift is a more practical purpose? I will of course study these maps of the river closely and give my findings to Aragorn so that we may travel the Anduin as safely and as quickly as we can. Alright. So. What we did. Farron. Oh.
I overheard your conversation with Orthon and have a suggestion of my own.
I hope that you will bring this suggestion to Darvan, for I know that he has the ear of Aragorn. I urge that he not fly the standard of the king when we sail up the Anduin. I have trained many light-fingered folk in the art of burglary, and I know the value of surprise. Sometimes it can make all the difference. But it sounds like the way Aragorn was talking that he is planning some sort of surprise. If he keeps secret the fact of our departure and the manner of our travel, any foe that we face may be put off the guard upon the arrival. My heart tells me that there's value in this. Please tell Darabin my message, all right? I think it might be a little unnecessary considering what Aragorn has said so far. Here are the weapons you requested.
I see you had more success with the weapon gathering than I did.
But I too have done some good. These folk were fortunate that I was here to see to their wounds. I know the plan is for us to leave the city, and it's important for us to do so, but we should try to help as many of the people as we can. I will put these weapons into a barrel and ask Celebrint where he wants them brought, but you should return to Legolas and tell him that I will be on short rations for the rest of the journey. I wish to give a portion of my provisions to some of the families the attack of Umbar hit hardest. Okay. Well, back to the Great Company. And that is where I'm going to meet you in the next episode of Lore of the Shadow.